Alice and I are always looking to be more healthy, and we were just talking about how fasting is one of the best ways to do that. But it's so hard. But the great thing about Prolon is that's not what you're doing. It's not that you're not eating for 5 days. Instead, you're using their science-backed program to convince your body you're fasting.
You guys, this 5-day program really is amazing. It comes beautifully packaged and it does all the thinking for you. Each day is its own box. And by following their program, I know I just feel so much better. And I can't wait to experience Prolon Next Gen and continue to see results. For a limited time, you can be first in line to experience the new Next Gen at special savings. Prolon is offering the Prosecutors listeners 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/prosecutors. That's PROLONLIFE.com/prosecutors to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/prosecutors.
Hey guys, today I want to tell you about a new podcast and a new way to stay on top of breaking crime news. Crime Alert Hourly Update. Each hour, experts and reporters deliver real-time updates on the biggest true crime stories, including high-profile cases, missing person alerts, and trial developments.
In just 5 minutes, you'll be up to date with the most important crime news as it happens. Listen to the latest episode now. And if you like what you hear, follow the Crime Alert Hourly Update on your favorite podcast app for ongoing coverage.
Crime Alert, I'm Sydney Sumner, breaking crime news now. Dueling documentaries are being released surrounding the death of Laci Peterson and her unborn son Connor. Netflix is debuting American Murder, Laci Peterson, a 3-part docuseries from director Skye Borgman. The series features Laci's mother, Sharon Rocha, speaking publicly for the first time since Laci's heartbreaking death. The second is Face to Face with Scott Peterson, a new 3-part docuseries which premieres on Peacock August 20th. It's the first time accused killer Scott Peterson has spoken in the 21 years since his arrest. Peterson was convicted of first and second-degree murder for Laci and Connor's death, but has always maintained his innocence and has been working to have his case overturned from behind bars. Here's Dave Mack.
Scott Peterson has not spoken in public for nearly 20 years. Since he was sentenced to death for the murder of his wife Laci and unborn son Connor, Peterson has maintained radio silence, but that doesn't mean he's been waiting to die. He's spent his time working with his attorneys to have his case overturned, and they've been able to make some headway. The first thing accomplished was having Scott Peterson's sentencing changed. California Supreme Court upheld Peterson's conviction, but overturned a death sentence due to improper dismissal of some jurors over their disagreement with the death penalty. He remains in prison, sentenced to life without parole.
With the help of the LA Innocence Project, Scott Peterson is now taking things a step further. Peterson and his team believe DNA testing on several pieces of evidence will point to another perpetrator and exonerate Peterson. Holden Zappel has the details.
In an attempt to get a new trial, Scott Peterson's team sought to have DNA testing done on over a dozen pieces of evidence. After presenting their case, the judge ruled that a single 15.5-inch long piece of duct tape that was found on Laci Peterson's pants at the time of her autopsy will be tested for DNA. All the other evidence that Peterson's lawyers were asking to have new DNA tests on were denied.
In the Peacock documentary, Peterson reportedly says he was a total asshole to be having sex outside his marriage, but maintains that he did not kill Laci. Scott Peterson was having an affair with Amber Fry when Laci disappeared. Fry fully cooperated with the investigation and addressed the allegations publicly.
I met Scott Peterson November 20th, 2002. I was introduced to him. I was told he was unmarried. Scott told me he was not married. We did have a romantic relationship. When I discovered he was involved in the Laci Peterson disappearance case, I immediately contacted the Modesto Police Department.
Fry later recorded several phone calls with Peterson for the Modesto Police Department. In one call, Peterson claimed to be celebrating New Year's Eve in Paris. He was really at a candlelight vigil for his missing wife. For more on the latest developments in Scott Peterson's legal proceedings, tune in to Crime Stories with Nancy Grace on Dr. Phil's Merritt Street Media at 6 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for channel assignment or download Crime Stories with Nancy Grace on your favorite podcasting app. More crime and justice news after this. Lafayette Parish, Louisiana sheriffs are asking for help locating Keosha Felix. Keosha lives in a group home for young mothers, Maison de Mer, with her 1-year-old daughter and disappears on a weekend visit with her aunt. Listen to Nancy with the details.
Keosha Felix, just 16, takes her 1-year-old daughter with her to visit their aunt, Patricia Andrus, who lives with boyfriend Leon Wilkerson in Dustin, Louisiana. Keosha's last seen leaving her aunt's home Monday morning, reported missing when she never comes back. Cousin Portia Felix claims she spoke with Keosha on the phone after she left the home, but no one else can get in touch with Keosha, and her frequent posts on Facebook stop entirely. Dustin police determined Portia lied about speaking with Keosha, and we learned Keosha told her aunt the aunt's boyfriend, Wilkerson, raped her. Lieutenant Gerald Credure arrests Wilkerson and Andrus, but the charges are dropped and Credure removed from the investigation as the arrests were made unlawfully. Lafayette Parish sheriffs take over and are focused on finding Keosha, now missing 14 years.
Lafayette Parish sheriffs have now released surveillance images of a man in an AT&T store who might have information on Keosha's disappearance. He purchased a SIM card at the store, and the card was later used with Keosha's password. He's described as African American, about 5'8", with a stocky build. He was wearing a white shirt, tan hat, and a rosary. Anyone with information is asked to call Lafayette Parish Sheriffs at 337-232-9211. For more crime and justice news, follow the Crime Alert Hourly Update on your favorite podcast app. With this Crime Alert, I'm Sydney Sumner.